fuck is McClay? You good, Chad?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Reavis?
Reavis.
Okay. The Bogcast, episode 11. Reavis, Dorsey. Action.
Well, not yet.
Oh,
No,
shit.
we gotta do ours. The Bogcast, episode 11. Reavis, Dorsey. If you can just make sure that's in the frame of that.
Oh, okay. Let me say that too. Podcast 11, episode 11. Me.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Action.
Awesome. This is the Bogcast, episode 11. Very special episode because it's the first episode in the new Bod Cave. We took last Sunday off and had to move all this bullshit into a. We finally got our own room now. So, how's it going, Brian? Co-host?
It's going good, brother. I'm week, about a week, sober from squirt. Thanks to you.
I saw a squirt on the fucking counter. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's my bottle I brought in so I could play a trick.
Is his mic? Is his stuff
Check,
coming
check.
on?
Yeah,
Okay,
check,
make sure you're talking about-
Check.
Everybody working.
Don't lie, dude.
No, I'm serious, dude.
I actually saw that squirt on the table, too, right
I actually told Jordan to pour it out.
No, she hit it, actually.
I don't care about the
It's
squirt.
hidden up in the cupboard
There
above
was
the
another Gatorade in the freezer that I can't find.
Just to let you know.
No, it's in the back. I saw it.
Jones's.
Okay.
I had to move it to grab
Alright.
some ice. Anyway, thanks for helping out again, Chad. Chad Dooley in the house. Appreciate all the help always. And
What's up, Chad?
Jason, how you doing? Oompa,
I'm good, sir. How are you?
good. You like your new spot or?
I do. I got a few ideas what to put over here, and so maybe next episode it'll look a little different.
Yeah, you can move all that
Motherfuckers.
shit and put whatever you want up there. Just no nudes.
No news.
I was gonna put that one photo up, but
Can I put that one of Hasselhoff with the puppies?
whatever you want, bro.
All right.
All right. Anyway, we have a very special guest in the house for the very first episode in the new Bod Cave. He's
Yes,
a
sir.
friend. What's that?
I said yes, sir.
Oh yeah, his name is Reavis Dorsey. He's an actor here in Phoenix. How you doing, man? I'm really appreciate you taking the time to come out, man. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. I know this is gonna be a lot of fun. So
Hell yeah. So I wanted to talk to actually about how we met because it was
Yeah.
interesting because I wanted to tell because I want to tell these guys the story is what's interesting about the film community and stuff is once you do a few projects. Even if you don't know an actor, you kind of know the actor because you're friends with them on Facebook. And it's
Mhm.
just almost a matter of time before you work with that guy or actress or whoever. And it was kind of like that with Reavis. Like I kind of knew of Reavis for a very long time. You know, I followed you and stuff. And then sure as shit, I think it was a music video, right?
yeah, it was Miss Crystal. The
Yeah,
video,
yeah. And then it's always weird because when
Miss Crystal.
you know Miss Crystal,
Yeah,
you know
we were supposed to do stuff with her with Fate.
yeah. I think you know her boyfriend actually. What's his name? Anthony Orko.
yeah,
He's a
pretty
bad
cool.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's always weird when you're on a set and you're like friends with him on Facebook and you're like, I know this motherfucker, you know what I mean? And I remember just going up and be like, hey, what's up, dog? And it's kind of just like a short encounter. But then there's a Facebook group on for actors who are going to LA that need rides and
Mhm.
stuff. And at that time, I didn't have my license. I was taking the Greyhound stuff, so. I was just like, hey, I'm going to be in LA. I need a ride back. And he's like, oh, shit, I'll be there too. So I'll give you a ride back.
Mhm.
So he scooped me up. I forgot even where it was at, somewhere in fucking LA. And
Yeah.
we drove back for the 6-7 hour drive, just bullshit, and pretty much became friends like that. It was badass.
Yeah.
I don't need to break in on this.
No.
but
That was the
How often do you guys go out to LA?
I try to go out. Well, my goal now is to go out at least 1 week for every 3 months. But that's just what me going out there on my own. But any gig I get, I try to go out there at least once a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it kind of just varies.
Yeah, and just the opportunities. Like I think I was out there like 6 or 7 times last year. You know, had some auditions, went out for some other stuff during the weekend. So yeah, you just try to go whenever. Like when I had you, I had that voiceover gig that day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was,
Voiceover.
Yeah, so he does
Yeah.
acting,
Yeah.
voiceovers. He
Well,
do.
what
one
was that
play.
voiceover for?
It was for this company that does like they do training videos for people. So this one was like animated. So it was about like 5 of us that were doing voiceovers for it. It was like a grand.
You gotta. I hear the voice though.
Yeah.
I know you can do it. You know he's got that strong like radio.
Strong.
Let me turn you up a little bit.
Yeah, turn me up a little bit too.
You can't hear the tooth? Oh, there we
there
are.
we go.
Two.
Check.
Make sure
There we
we're
go, right there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Right on, man. So what other projects you got going on now? Like, actually, you know what? Before we get into that, I have a few questions actually here for you.
Okay.
I know you've been in acting for a long time, like 10 years, right?
Yeah. So well, about 7. You can say 7.
Oh,
yeah,
7.
about
Okay.
7
So
years.
what got you into acting, and what made you decide to do it?
Man, it's tough. When I back home in Nebraska, like I started doing modeling and stuff like that. You know, I was like, all right, I think I look kind of cute, you know, curly hair and shit. So I was like, let me try this a little bit. So, it was okay, but then I think what really got me is I had this. I was in broadcasting in college, and I got in a TV1 class, and I was like, oh shit, like I just loved everything about it, like the lights, the everything. Like I was just engulfed in it. And then I started realizing you would help your classmates in their projects. So I was always in front of the camera, and I was like, I kind of like this, you know. And everybody was nervous and didn't want to do it, so I just did it. And I was like, all right, you know. So I think the first thing I ever did was like an extra in About Schmidt with Jack Nicholson.
Is that in Nebraska?
Yeah, they did it
That's
on
cool.
Lincoln's campus, but they made it look like K-State. So I did that, and I was like, all right.
Did that piss Lincoln off?
Yeah. No, hey, they got paid for it, so,
Okay.
so they didn't care. Just put it towards the football scholarship, so they was good. But no, so after that, like, you know, I ended up following my daughter's mom out here, and the big thing was like, you know, at that time they said it was going to be the next Hollywood, and then you're only 6 hours from LA. So I was like, cool, you know. So I kind of got into it a little bit. I didn't do much at first. Kind of took like 3 years off. And after that, I got my first speaking role with Travis Mills, and then it just went from there. Like
Nice.
So
that's cool.
So that was actually one of my questions: is the difference between the scene then compared to now. So back then it had this like Phoenix is the next Hollywood vibe, because I've only been doing this for a couple of years, almost maybe 3 years now. So I was curious how it was like 7-10 years ago and stuff. So that's interesting that you say that.
Well, that's the big thing, like how they're talking about the tax incentive, you know? Because I mean, it's a huge community here. But they just won't pass that bill for what reason, I don't know. But so back then, I guess they expected the same thing.
They thought it was going to happen.
They thought it was going to happen still. Yeah. So, you know, so like being new and hearing that, I was like, oh, okay, you know. And then, but throughout time, seeing how actually how big the industry is here, I figured it would have happened already. But
yeah. What are your thoughts on that? We've had some other actors and actresses on.
I was actually going to bring
talking
that up.
about that.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious what they say.
And they just learned about it, these guys. So
really?
Yeah, that's pretty cheesy if you ask me, because it's not only a lot of money that the state can make, you're also getting people work in the state.
Exactly.
More importantly, that should be the number one. How many people would get work here that are going to LA, that are going to, I don't know, where else, Georgia, whatever. How many people are we losing that are putting into the economy, all that? People don't think about that, I think. Part
they don't, and that's my whole point. I was like, if you just simply think about, like, I mean, I did the extra work for Creed. I was in Deming, New Mexico. Nobody's in fucking Deming, New Mexico. You know, and
that's where everything's being filmed. Is in New Mexico.
Yeah, in New Mexico.
Just like random crazy spots.
Right.
And shit.
So just think, I mean, with all the scenery and landscape that we have here, and historic places at that, I mean,
and varied landscapes, like from desert. There's so much shit that Arizona has to offer as far as like just landscapes.
Yeah.
Didn't Tucson used to actually be like a little hub, a little filming hub?
It was. It was.
Yeah.
They did some stuff down in Tucson too.
Yeah. So you think it'd be really easy for them just to? I don't know, like, does anybody know the reason why they don't do it?
No, I've tried. I've tried to find that out. I don't know.
I don't know. No,
I've been trying to figure it out for a
while. The only thing that I could think of is that there are some people who don't want Phoenix to be congested like it is in LA. You know, they don't want that attention. They don't want, you know, certain things that you might get. You know, all the negative stuff out. That's the only thing that I could think of.
You know what we need? We need a couple generations to die off and just
the Reefer Madness generation.
I agree.
Because there's a certain generation here in the valley, and I hate to say it, but there's a certain couple generations here in the valley, you know, that are
and they're
60s,
all born
70s.
Around Reefer Madness.
Yeah, the 60s and they're in their 60s and their 70s or their 80s. They're never, majority of them are not going to change how they feel where they're at in their age now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I just wish that would happen. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want fucking a bunch of people just to
Well, how do you
keel
want
over.
them to die?
I don't care, man. I mean, hopefully humanely.
Yeah, I'm gonna clip this. That's why I asked. That's just the clip.
But I think when that happens, there's a lot of things that are gonna happen.
Oh, no,
Number one being we'll finally fucking pass the legalization bill here.
For marijuana?
Yeah,
fuck
fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, that ended up happening.
And hopefully,
you think that's gonna happen?
fuck yeah, dude.
You think?
If those two generations, the oldest two generations are gone.
I'm saying about like right now, but
No.
Everybody kill your grandparents.
It's funny. There's a band named that.
Really?
Yeah.
Kill your grandparents.
Yeah.
Everybody.
anyways.
I think there's a band named Everything now. Anyway, dude, I wanted to actually ask you about this motherfucker was on Creed 2.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, so what was it like being on the set of Creed 2 and meeting Sly?
Yeah. What?
This guy's got a picture with Sylvester.
Dude,
Stallone.
he was cool as hell. I'm not even gonna lie, cause like, okay, so I was there for 2 days. The first day, we were just in the
explain your role first in that movie.
So I was just one of the somebody almost died.
It's all good, bro.
So
Here, I can put it over here. There's room over here, bro.
So the first day we were just in the trailer because we didn't get to. They were kind of behind a little bit, you know. So still got paid. You know, I was just one of the extras. One of the boxers that were around him when he was training. That training montage he did that was outside. So then, you know, I got back to the hotel and it was just boring. So I started asking people, I was like, well, where does everybody go? And there's this. It's called Adobe Deli. It's like this huge steakhouse place, but they got a bar and they have like a cigar room. It's crazy. It was like they said it was an old.
You knew Sly
school.
was gonna be there.
No, I had no idea. Cause I was like, man, you know,
That's even
it's
better.
Little,
actually,
yeah, it's a little town. I was like, I just want to go somewhere. So, I mean, I got there. Everybody was cool. I was talking to the bartender, and then there was some of her friends came. You know, I was talking with them, and we were just, you know, they had some friends come, so we were drinking and you know eating oysters and stuff, and then. You know, next thing you know, Sly walks in, and I'm like, "Oh, snaps!" You know, so he already knew, so he's just walking around saying hi to people, taking pictures. So I took a picture with him, you know, told him I was there for extra work and stuff like that. And then later, you know, some of the people wanted to smoke cigars, so we went back in the room. So we're sitting in there. Next thing I know, it's Sly, Michael B. Jordan is in there, the director Steven. Dude, they were
who's
all
the director again? I forgot.
Steven, I forgot his last name. I'm gonna follow him now on
I'm gonna look that up
Instagram.
real quick. Can you look that up? Oh, I got it.
Steven, this like
I don't want you to fuck up the audio.
Yeah, I'm afraid. I'm afraid the audio will crash.
Yeah.
You know what? I got my iPad.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not hooked up to you. Anyway, I got my.
No, I got it right here.
Were they in there when you walked in, or did they walk in after you?
They were. No, Sly was in there first, and then you know while we were still in there, all of a sudden here comes Michael B. Jordan. And some more people, and then I was in there just with a group of people.
Yeah,
and everybody's like, oh, and everybody's all huddled up around there. It was just cool. Like they were just in there chilling, you know. So the next day on set, like they always tell you don't pull out your phones or anything like that. But
Stephen Cable,
you know, Sly's
Stephen Cable Jr.
Cable Jr. Yeah.
Cable Jr.
But Sly was just he was talking to his wife on I think on FaceTime and just saying hi to everybody, taking pictures. Still, he's cool.
That's
I mean,
so
cool
badass,
as hell.
dude.
I hear a lot of. I listen to what's that guy's name? He used to do the True Hollywood Stories. Joey, he's been on Joey's show.
I don't know.
Anyways, he does like TMZ type podcasts and shit, where he's like, he's always talking about Stallone because he's friends with Stallone, and he says that Stallone is the coolest person in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I believe it. After being around him, I believe it, man. And you would think he'd be an asshole or something, just because he's not. He's so cool, man. Like, straight up.
He's getting ready to call it quits on Rocky, right? He's not going to do
Oh,
Rocky
he's
anymore.
done. Yeah. I think there was even an Instagram post where he just kind of handed everything over to Michael B. Jordan now.
Oh,
so I
that's
think
fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's such a legendary film.
It is. You
Series.
think about
and just
it,
to
he
be a
wrote
part
it.
of it, dude,
Yeah.
is just amazing. I mean,
Didn't he fund it too?
He wrote it.
Yeah,
he
wrote it.
everything.
Well, not just that, but they offered him money, but for him not to star in it, and he said no, I have to star in this, and he was so fucking broke. That's why he's such a badass. Is like his story like coming up.
I think he funded the Expendables too. I think no one wanted to even do that. I think
he probably does that with all his shit.
I saw a thing with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And Jean-Claude Van Damme really wanted to be in that movie.
Yeah, the Expendables. But his role was going to be beat up or killed by.
No. And when the first one came out,
Jet Li.
When the first one came out,
Jet Li.
Didn't he was gonna be the main bad guy?
He was
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. Yeah.
Anyways, he said that he wanted to be in it, and just schedule things got messed up. And then so when it came around again, Stallone knew that he wanted to be in it. So he's like, hey, man, get in this.
Yeah, he's just got everybody in it.
And that's what he was saying. He's like, everybody in this film, there's so many people in this film, but they're here because they like him. They're cool with him. You know?
Yeah, he's just a bad motherfucker.
Cool. I don't know if this is true, but I also heard when Sly was on Howard Stern that I think it was the first one when he was coming back to make these movies. I think it was Rocky something. The boxing champion that he was supposed to fight at the end said that he was like, I'm not doing it unless I get paid more or something like that, and he refused to do the ending. And I think Sly gave him
the money,
his salary.
Oh, his salary, just to do it. Yeah, you have to do that kind of shit for art and stuff. You must have seen some badass shit on.
Move, though. Why would you do that? Like,
some people are just into themselves too much. You know what I mean? I don't. That's the only thing you can say.
So being on that set, like, what did you see? Like, what, because I know like a lot of people like shit on you, not you, I'm saying like as an actor for doing extra work. But one of my greatest experiences was being an extra on Westworld, and I didn't even my scene didn't even make it. It's all about watching the process and the top caliber motherfuckers doing it. And it's the best acting class I ever got. So what was it like being on Creed 2? Like, what did you see? What actors were doing what? Like, what were you doing?
That was a crazy thing. You know, there was a couple of times where I was actually behind the camera.
That's bad.
And I mean, as you know.
So you're watching like the DVD of Creed 2 behind the scenes.
Live.
Fly on the live.
Yeah.
That is so sick.
And what people don't like with us, you know, when we do our short films, you might have you know, in Chad, you know, like maybe 5-6 people behind the camera. Dude, assistants have assistants. I'm talking about the dude holding the battery for the camera has an assistant. There's 30 people, and then people hidden all over, you know, all over the scene. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And just to see how they set up everything, you know, like. For example, they have stand-ins. Their stand-ins will be there forever.
Stand-ins, yes.
Then the real actors.
And they're making a lot of money. Those stand-ins make a lot of money. They can make up like $500, $1,000 a day.
They are, and so it's just crazy, man. But I was seeing, you know, what they were doing, like what the director he's talking to the cameraman, and he's talking to the actors, he's talking to other people.
Do you guys know what hang on real quick? Do you guys know what the stand-ins do though?
I was just, you know,
like the crowd or something.
No. So like, okay, as an actor, when you're an actor, okay, you know how when I'm trying to get the framing, I'm like, hey, can you sit here?
Got you. Yeah.
So instead of the actor doing that, they have a guy that's literally the same height, hair, and everything to do that. So they get all the lighting. But what happens is they can become lifelong careers. Like when I was on Westworld, I met the guy who was the stand-in for Ed Harris. That's his job. Like he's a full-time stand-in. So. Whenever they're trying to get the framing and the shot, Ed Harris is over, you know, doing his own thing or whatever, and he's standing in, and then he gets a shot, and then Ed comes in and does his line. So that's what a stand-in is.
So he goes around and does all of Ed Harris's movies.
Well, exactly. Yeah, it's like I don't know if he. I know he does it all for Westworld, but I mean, but a lot of the times they can become like life actors.
Yeah, for that.
I mean, that's not like your dream job, but they pay well. And you're getting on badass sets, and you're getting to see fucking all kinds of cool shit. So,
did you see any frustration or, you know, like
that's a great question
that actually like happened, like takes that were a problem? Or?
No, you know, but you know what? So you know what was crazy about that? That's why I guess I had you know. For one, Michael B. Jordan, I had more appreciation for what he does because, like, he was so busy and all the stuff that he had to do, but he was so focused. You know, got in there and talked to directors, his stand-in, Sly, working, making sure everything was perfect, and he was ready. It wasn't like, let me do this again, no. You know, and then I remember there was one time where he's working in the, where he was fighting that guy in the ring in the tire. So he was talking with them about, you know, show a little bit more emotion when you win, and he did. You know, it's like he was so focused and made himself feel that emotion at the end, and then some other scenes that he had. I mean, they weren't the weights out there. They weren't heavy at all. But just the way that he made it look so heavy, and he was so into everything. I was just like, that's what acting is about, Keith. It's just amazing to see how good they really are, professionals. How good they
must
really
have been inspiring.
Oh, it was.
But like, if you think about it, it's really hard to fake your picking up something.
It is.
While it's really light, like that's
They
probably the most
do
hardest
that.
thing that because
I just did a jail
class?
scene, and I had to be the bench guy for someone doing bench press, and they had fake weights on there, and it was hilarious. We both had to act like it was fake. So we're like,
must be,
it was
it's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah.
I bet you they do that in like acting class. It'd be like,
that's what they're all about.
Is the heaviest thing in the world.
Oh my god!
Act like
and you have to do it in front of like 10 people.
Oh, that reminds me. Who was saying that shit about? Oh, there's this old mobster dude who was Carlo in the first Godfather, and he was a real mobster. He was like the errand boy for one of the big head mob bosses, and he got on that film this crazy way. But he was saying that he witnessed. They would go cut, and they would go all chill in the same room, and Brando, the dude that played Michael, Al Pacino, and the other dude, the dude that played the retarded brother.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Just sat there the whole time, that whole movie, making bets with each other. Okay, this is what we're gonna do, and see who does it better. Just did that shit.
Oh, to outdo each other.
Yeah,
that's
how
awesome.
to outdo each other. Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy.
That's what it is. Sometimes you want to give your best, man, and to be able to work with people who will challenge you too. That's even better.
Yeah.
So how involved was like Sly and with the story and direction? Did he just leave it up to the director, or was Sly just an actor, or did he?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he had more involved in the script and stuff like that, but on set, he was just doing his thing. He was acting, he was talking. If Steven, the director, had something to say, or if Sly was like, well, let's try it this way. Sometimes he had his input, and I would see him talk to the director, then they might try it and see if it worked, and just went from there. So,
that's crazy. That's crazy to me that some of those actors like get away with a lot of that, because I don't know. I see like Hollywood in the movie business with some of those directors just being such like
that's his movie though. Yeah, that's Sly's movie.
That's
what I mean?
I know, but did he write it? I don't think he wrote this.
I don't know.
It's still his brand. You know what I mean? Like you got Sly. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna try it his way.
You can't do Rocky without Sly.
And that's the thing too. Like he's not an asshole. So I mean, I'm sure when he has that relationship with Steven where he just talked to him and say, okay, can we try this, or So
didn't that Steven dude used to be an actor too? Wasn't he an actor?
I don't know.
Steven who?
Steven.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I got to meet him though, so it was cool.
Yeah.
How long were you out there for?
2 days. 2 days. Yeah, but that second day we were there from probably 6 to 7. Got everything done. It was long, but the highlight was when I actually watched the movie and saw myself twice. Hell yeah,
that's bad.
I was like, the experience was nice, but when I saw that, man, yeah,
that's badass.
Yeah, that makes it even better. My shit got cut from Westward. It's all like, fuck.
Yeah, because that's what I was like, this is gonna get cut. Like I did a lot of stuff they won't see me, but shit, man, I had people like messaging me, hey, we saw you. I was like,
yeah, that's bad as fuck.
Yeah, that's gotta feel fucking good.
Yeah, it does. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you get paid more if you are in the movie?
No, as extras you get paid certain.
Shit.
Sometimes you'll be a featured extra, and then you get paid more, But
a lot of badass things can happen as an extra, though. Where where was I at? I think it was at Central Casting or something. I was sitting next to this lady, and she was just saying like, "Oh, I haven't done this in a few years." And then she said how she was on the set of the show Two Broke Girls or whatever, and she was literally just standing there. And then someone came up to her and was like, "Hey, do you mind just coming over here and just saying this line?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, okay." And she said that line, and like
probably got paid a lot
every
of money.
3 months for like the last like 2 or 3 years, she's been getting like $1,000, $2,000 checks. And I was like, "Dude, you won the mini lottery." And she's like, "I know,
that's
I
what
know."
Happens.
And she's like, "I was literally just standing there, and they just pulled me over and asked me to say this line, and I get these checks from the show like every once in a while." And she's like, "I thought it was." She's like, "I thought it was over." But I just got another $2,000 one in the mail last week. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I think if it gets signed where it does the what do they call that?
Oh, the
royalties.
Yeah,
no, not
residuals.
royalties.
Residuals, yeah.
No, when they get bought out to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
reruns. What
Yeah.
the fuck is that word?
Anyway, Stephen
I'm
Keppel
stoned.
Jr. did act in a couple movies.
He did?
Yep.
Nice. But yeah, but
Thanks, Jamie.
doing that research. But yeah, to
No, that's what I did. Jamie from Rogan. Because Jamie does that. It's badass.
But to Keith's point too, the other thing about some people not want to do extra work, like when you get to a certain point, you know, it's for anything. When you get to a certain point in your career, what you're doing, you don't take steps back. You know, so getting a lot of starring roles, you know, you don't take a step back. But to be an extra on a big film like that, you can't say no.
Yeah.
I mean, you there's no way how you can't. So
Yeah, but I had an
even as a film fan, you can't say no.
I had an interesting conversation with an actor, actually, we both know, and we had opposite opinions on extra stuff. And he was acting like, oh, I don't do extra work now. Casting agents I don't want to be looked at as just an extra and all this. And I'm like, that's because you're in fucking Phoenix. In LA,
yeah.
everybody is an extra when they're not getting in their, you know what I mean? When you're not auditioning or doing your shorts or doing shit that you get cast for, you're doing extra work. And no one's like, oh, he's just an extra. We're not going to cast him. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's anything wrong with doing extra work, especially if you're getting paid and you have the day free.
Yeah,
you know
there's
what I mean?
nothing wrong with it.
You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with it.
As a matter of fact, I'll do it for free if I know it's going to be a good experience. I'm going to have fun and I'm going to meet a bunch of bad motherfuckers from it, which usually happens.
That
you know
is
what I
true.
mean?
So you act like you're cool with it?
He said-
I'm just like saying, how hard is that role? To know like you're just
You don't even know, bro.
He's acting.
The struggle's real. Anyway, do you find yourself getting stereotypical, like cast in stereotypical roles or typecast at all? Because I do.
You know, really? Yeah, you do. You do. It's Jesus,
Homeless.
everybody.
Well, yeah.
They're like,
Well, it's
I love
funny is
the
it
beard.
used to be bad guy forever, but then I got Jesus, the ultimate good guy. You know what I mean? So, and then it's either Jesus, bad guy, or homeless.
You know what? I've never really been typecast, and then I look at my roles and I was like, I've played a lot of different roles, which I'm happy
That's
for.
awesome, yeah.
Because I would never want to be typecast. But it was funny. Once I cut my hair, everybody looked at me as like the bad guy.
The bad guy, yeah.
I was like, the angry black man. I don't know. I was like, all right. But
you just choke them up against
I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right on. Cool.
We're about
Like,
25 minutes.
No, I know.
into
I'm
it.
just stoned to the gills. Oh, yeah. You do a lot of theater, right?
I did the one theater, the one play, which was amazing. Breakout.
Because I was going to ask you, like, some of the differences between theater and film. Because I've never done theater, so.
Man, it's completely different. But to be honest, I think if you want to be a good actor, you at least have to do one play. Have to, because the experience, the training is just amazing. Because you got to think about it, it's a live performance, so
It's constant.
Yeah, and it's live performance and it's constant. If you mess up, actually, you can't mess up. You literally can't. You can't stop and say, "Can we redo this? Can we shoot?" And you're always in the character, because no matter who's on stage, you're doing something.
Yeah,
you're in that character at all times. So if you mess up, you gotta
be quick,
witty, improvise, and keep. But you still have to stay within what you're doing. You know. Plus, I mean, practicing 3 times a week for 3 to 4 hours is crazy. So everything that you do on stage for theater is big. You know, your voice, your movements, everything. But in film, it's like everything could be right here, which is all you know. You know, just for example, there's a lot of actors where they'll be so subtle, but it's crazy. Anthony Hopkins, he's so subtle, but he tells a story like nobody else. You know.
Yeah.
So it's two different things, and you could take how many takes you want to in film. You know, it's a lot easier. But like I said, so in theater,
you're also counting on everybody else.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, you are theater, because if they're not, it's not going to look good. Yeah.
It's more of a team sport than
like,
camera work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's really hard, because everyone has to be on time.
Well, that's why they're practicing 4 times a day, right? Just so they don't fuck up.
It's crazy. It was a lot of time.
What theater? What performance did you do?
It was called Breakout. I kind of forgot the production group that we did. It was at this little church. They let us perform there. We did. It was just one weekend where we did 1 show Friday. What was that? 2 shows Saturday and 2 shows. Actually, we just did 3. We did 1 show Friday and then 2 that Saturday.
That's pretty
But like I said, unfortunately, we were supposed to have it recorded, but the guy didn't show up. I wish we would have had it. But it was, like I said, it was still amazing.
What's up?
It's funny that shit like that happens.
Tell me about it. It's always something. Something happens.
Something that's going to cause something you really want to get or you really want to do, and it's going to fuck it up.
That's resume material.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. It is. Like I said, I wanted to have that footage from, being on theater.
Can you put that in your real theater shit?
You know what? I don't think for film I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Because I thought about that and I was like, I don't think since it's so different. I don't know if I would put it on there.
I'd probably throw it off. Maybe there's like a theater reel or something.
Yeah,
with
probably.
like stuff like that, do they need to see documented? Like if you say, yeah, I did theater and this is what it was, breakout, and would they need to be like, well, we need to see it?
Not generally. Well, for actor, like you should have a demo reel. So that's what it is. I mean, they'll look at your resume to see the work that you've done. Sometimes you want to get all the information done, like. You have the name of the project, the director, and the role that you had. So they might go and look it up and see if they can find it for real, which some of the stuff is.
Well,
and some of the
do you
stuff
know
is.
what a demo reel is? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the big thing, having a demo reel.
So we were talking the other day, and he brought up this thing that I guess happens in the acting world a lot, maybe a lot of other places, well, obviously a lot of other places, but where you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to give myself this many years to make it, and if I don't, I'm done with it. Do you have that? Have you done that?
It's a good
have
question.
You said that?
That is a good question. Damn it.
We were talking about that.
We were.
Because what's funny about that is the reason why we're talking about that is I was watching a bunch of different actors who were talking about how like they set that on themselves, but then like they broke it, and a year later they got something, and if they would have stuck to that, then they would have never gotten that role. So, and I've been doing it for a few years. I have no rush. I'm just having fun. You know what I mean? So, but that's a great question.
It is, and like for everybody has a different path. Like for me, it's hard because I have a daughter that I have a great relationship with. So. I mean, countless times when I told Keith, I was like, man, I just want to go to LA, but I feel like I'm gonna leave my daughter and I won't have that relationship. Like her mom was like, go ahead, I'll take care of her, but I have one issue. She was like, it's the same thing you do. I was like, I know. So, it's hard for me. So I can't say, oh, I'm gonna put, I have 3 years or 4 years to do this, or if I went to LA, you can't say I'm gonna do this and that, because you never know what's gonna happen. Anything can change. You could get a great opportunity and then nothing. You could not get a great opportunity for 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to stay on a constant course of grinding and doing what you need to do, and exceeding your expectations and keep doing more and more. So that's you never know. So right now, like, I'm just doing what I can to see what auditions I can get in LA. Like I said, doing a lot of stuff here, being on Creed, it's like, all right. And I went out auditioning for Warner Brothers for Shameless last year. That was great. Like, just the audition.
Yeah, that's awesome,
great.
dude. I didn't know that.
You just learn how to do things like a professional.
Yeah, that's what it is. And it's like, and it's not about, I wanted it, but the thing was like, I'm getting seen in front of these people. I'm Betty May casting, and I was like, as long as they see my face, that's good. But from there, I'm like, okay, this year, now I'm gonna get audition. So I take it as soon as I accomplish something. Goal. Yeah, then I take it to the next level. So I don't try to put a time limit on myself. It's just once I reach something, then I go to another goal. So
that's a great answer.
Does your daughter want to act?
No, she did a commercial with me and she didn't like it. And some people, Danita actually approached me about this film I did with her last summer. She wanted my daughter to be in it with me. And she was like, okay. And I told her too, I was like, I'll pay you $50. She's like, oh, okay, I'll do it. But then like the week prior, we were trying to go through lines and she just looked at me and she was like, Dad, I don't want to do this. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to force her.
How old is she?
She's 11.
Her hand's in late fees.
Oh, yeah, it is. It was her hand. Yeah. So
cool.
Little did she know. Well, she knew it, but, she didn't have to do much work. So she kind of said she wants to do voiceovers, though. She draws and watches shows a lot, and she's like, she's pretty funny. So she said she did want to do voiceover. So I might see and put her up to the challenge soon. Yeah. See if she'll do it.
What about making the jump to LA? Like, do you plan on moving there eventually? Like maybe when she's older? Or?
You know what? I thought about it.
You don't have much longer. I mean, you've waited longer than you'll probably have to wait to that
I
point?
have, but this is the thing. One thing is good because black don't crack, so I still crack. but no, I always think about Samuel L. Jackson, and he didn't make it
Yeah.
I
until
think
he
about
was
that
like
too.
what 40,
Yeah.
mid 40s.
Yeah. And he was
A lot of
typecast.
actors.
Every
Yeah,
role he
typecast.
did was the same.
Do you
for a
guys know
long
what his
time.
first role was?
Well, I know he was
Coming
in
to America.
Goodfellas.
Coming to
America.
Yeah.
Yep. Coming
Did you
to
see
America.
What was he
they're
in that?
finally
What
redoing
did he
that?
do?
He was
He
like
robbed
the
McDowell's.
Yep.
He was also in Goodfellas. He got shot.
Mm-hmm.
He got shot in Goodfellas.
But see, look at him now. He's ever since then he's been in everything. Like he, so
Everything.
I mean, I have a couple goals that I want to do while I'm still young. So that does kind of push me. Like I want to get some stuff done now before I get a little older. But at the same time, if I'm able to still make it at that age, then I can't complain. So
Are you pushing more for movie roles or TV series roles?
you know what? I do both, to be honest, because you think about like TV roles are actually where it's at. I mean, you look how big Netflix is and
Because
Hulu's
that could be
getting.
constant, right?
It's constant pay.
Yeah,
it's
more money
constant.
for sure.
Season.
It's constant. You're always going. I mean, a film could be one film and that's it.
And that's it,
You know,
right.
you never know when you're gonna get another role. So if you get something on a TV series,
You know what's crazy? I thought about this the other day. I really think we're getting to the point where TV shows and stuff that we see in series on Netflix has gotten better than the movies, than feature film.
Sometimes.
I put it like this: if you think about it, think about stuff like this: Star Wars, Avatar, the Marvel movies. All that stuff is connected, and it's just more of the same stuff. It's all that stuff is like movie series.
Yeah.
Star Wars
that's what it
started
is.
all
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's amazing to me, but that's the way it's going now. So
When they don't create just movies now, they create universes to tie everything to sell everything. You know what I mean? So,
and I to me, I think it's amazing being able to do that on a big film and keeping everything tied together. It's
so you excited for the new Marvel movie then?
hell. I got my tickets already, man. Don't play
How
me
much
like
you pay
that.
for them?
Honestly, $5 a ticket. I'm not even
Can't sell
joking.
'em.
You see how
I
much
got-
they were selling for?
Yeah, I'm going Saturday.
You should go sell them, man. I'd sell them.
Nah, I'm going to watch the movie. Because I got, like, my family's into it, too, and my daughter. So I bought, like, I just got everybody's tickets since I got the AMC stubs. It was like $40-something.
Was it hard to get those tickets? Or
Yeah,
No,
it's sold out everywhere.
It's so, yeah, that's why
you had to wait and time it right, or
I just checked to see what was open that Saturday, and we got in the first row, but they're recliner seats. I was like, okay, we be good.
Yeah,
So
those
I
are
mean, all the way
perfect.
back like this.
No, those are perfect. Yeah.
But I was
what
like,
is this?
hey.
What is this? The new Avengers movie?
Yeah, the Endgame.
Endgame.
but it's literally what is it? 11 movies leading up to this.
Yeah.
10 years of movies.
Yeah,
It's
10
like
years of
starting with
movies.
Iron Man, like leading up
Wait,
to this
hold
movie.
on.
Oh my gosh, you better see. You got now. See, I'm gonna be on you now. You got
You
to.
saw Avengers Endgame, dude.
No, I totally know, but the end. I thought that was the last one.
Did you see Infinity War?
Yeah.
So this is the second part.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
so
how
there's
they're gonna.
10
This is
more?
how they're gonna.
They filmed them back to back.
They for the last 10 years they've been
Oh,
building
got
up
it.
for this.
For this one.
So they had like different phases, but Infinity Wars is supposed to be 2 movies. So it had the Infinity Wars, and then Endgame is like the sequel to that.
Got it.
So it's gonna wrap up the first 10 years of the Marvel movies, and then they're gonna just keep going just because they can.
What'd you think of Miss Marvel?
Captain Marvel, I liked it.
Oh, yeah,
I honestly
Captain
liked it.
Marvel.
I thought it was cool how they went back to the 90s, and kind of had her origin story. You know how she got her powers and stuff. I liked it. It just kind of confused me a little bit with some parts of the movie, but that's just
Yeah.
the movie. That
Was
I
Stan
like-
Lee in it?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
They
So
actually,
I
he had a
personally
cameo in there.
think they should.
it was his best cameo too.
I think
Is it
they
the last
should-
one?
no,
they
I
should-
think
No, wait, Endgame is.
maybe Endgame might be his last one, but I
think
love the
Endgame is.
tribute they did to him before when Captain
the Spider-Verse?
Marvel came in.
Yeah, no, they
That's
did
cool.
when the Marvel thing.
Oh,
popped
Yeah,
up.
it was
I wanna
all
hear-
Stan
I wanna
Lee.
hear.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean those
Yes,
frames?
it was
that come
all
out
Stan.
logo?
Stop it! I want to hear.
You gotta, you'll see. You still gotta see it.
Did the part that Stan Lee had in this? Because it happened in the 90s,
Mhm.
right? So
Oh,
all
I
happens in the 90s.
Yeah.
So he's
She
really
runs.
young.
She runs into him on a bus.
Yeah.
And he's holding the Mallrats script,
Tight.
and he's doing
I
his
saw,
lines.
I saw
Yeah.
Kevin Smith cry about that, I think.
Dude,
That's
it
the
was
best
and
cameo
and
yet.
Did
yeah,
Kevin
and
Smith cry about that? Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw him crying.
And Brie Larson just kind of looked at him and smiled. I was like, man,
Yeah.
you
That's
just,
tight.
yeah.
I personally think that every Marvel movie from here on after, if it doesn't have Stan Lee in it, everyone will know. So I think they should computerly put him.
They can.
I don't. They
And-
could, but I don't think they because they've done it. They've done it in all of them up to here. It's been
Yeah.
great, and I think that them paying homage to him the way they did was amazing, and to kind of go out with it with the Endgame, is perfect.
He could
Yeah.
sort of be like, Obi-Wan. Kind of like a ghost, kind of like floating around.
And just randomly.
You know, like making sure everything is. You know?
No.
No.
He said,
Why are you
no.
looking at me?
How do you
I haven't
think?
even
How do you
seen
think they're
any
gonna
of
beat him?
Thanos? I don't know. This is the funny thing about it is before every movie comes out, you have somebody.
What are you talking about? It's Doctor Strange with the time thing.
But no, it's not that. This is the thing. What's killed. That's why I'm trying to go in without thinking
Deadpool.
anything because they always. Dude, if they put, I don't even want to talk about that. I'll be talking for days about everything else that Disney has now with X-Men. But usually they had somebody comes out with a plot that was exactly what the movie was, but I haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, you mean
and they've been purposely
doing like
tricking people.
Yes, this time they've been so like then I think they had one that came out where all of the actors were talking. And
Well, did you see the press tour? I'm not giving anything away, but they had empty seats of the characters that died in Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
So
like they had all the actors that survived.
Yeah.
And Robert Downey Jr. was like, you guys are. It's not going to be what you think. So I think it's going to be. It honestly is going to surprise us.
You know who I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be Iron Man that beats him.
I don't know.
I think it's going to be Iron Man because it all started with Iron Man, and Iron Man is such a big thing to them. And are you into comics at all?
Some.
Okay.
Not recently. Though.
So like.
Isn't he the
comics
non-superhuman one, right? Isn't he?
No.
Yeah.
No, War Machine.
War Machine.
Well, Stark is too, because I mean he just has his machine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
there's a couple of them.
There's a couple.
I think you might be right because they would want a regular human.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. I think it's gonna be him.
Yeah.
I really do. And here's the other thing. Like it's so far from what's happened in the comics.
Yeah.
So, I think it's got to be somebody that's not doing it and hasn't done it in the comics. I mean, there's been times where Iron Man has worn the gauntlet.
It's been a couple of people that's worn the gauntlet.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of people.
Yeah.
So Wolverine right now is doing it in comics.
What's that mean?
He is?
Explain
The new
that.
ones?
Yeah.
What's the gauntlet?
It's just starting.
The gauntlet is what he wears to
Oh,
when he gets
the
all
hand
the
thing.
ring.
Yeah,
Yeah, how
seriously.
he got all the
I thought you said
stones.
run the gauntlet.
Yeah, there's a book that just came out, and the cover is the gauntlet, and it's got the claws coming out of it.
Bad as fuck.
What? Wait a second. Okay, so I got to ask you this question now because I'm confused. Two things, two questions. So one, I got to ask it. I'm sorry, I got to ask.
No, you're good. This is the perfect guy to
Yeah.
ask.
So Thanos, the scars on his face.
Mm-hmm.
When do we find out where that comes from?
I don't.
That's what I want to know.
What scars are you talking about on his
Not
chin?
on his, not on,
because
not
his
on
chin on his scars.
His face up here, like I think it's his face. You see those?
I don't know about that.
Looks,
That's a good question.
It looks like Wolverine to me.
That'd be cool.
It would be.
Yeah.
I didn't even.
But I don't know how they're.
notice that.
Dollar Shave
Yeah.
Club.
You got to see it. That's what.
Maybe.
Why, is,
Sheep
that not
razors.
good, is that not a good deal? Did they fuck you up?
I don't know. I
Do you
really
guys do
don't
the
use
Dollar
a
Shave
razor.
Club?
I don't even mess with it. Mm-mm.
I
I've
don't-
heard
I don't
something
use a
that's been
razor.
good.
just
I
use
use
like
razor
a
all the
machine.
time. All the time.
I don't think that they're gonna bring in the X-Men for
Until
a while.
later.
They
Yeah.
can't. They already said they can't for like 5 years.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's
it
gonna
has to be
a bit.
5
No,
years?
they said no. Well, they just said they
X-Men's
they
Marvel?
have no plans to.
X-Men,
They all
went to Disney
X-Men's
now.
Fox.
Yes.
But Fox was bought. Here's the thing I'm waiting for.
Yeah, Disney just
all right.
bought Fox.
Silver
So
Surfer.
Disney.
They
and
better
Disney
do
owns
it
Marvel,
right this
so
time. They screwed
before
it
Silver
over.
Surfer was
Okay.
badass in that movie. The rest of the movie sucked.
No, I don't
just
think they
acting
didn't do anything with them. That's what made me mad. I still
You don't think he did enough?
no, but I
He was
know
badass
Marvel.
in that movie though.
Yeah.
The way they filmed him, everything.
But Marvel's not gonna mess it up.
No, fuck no. Well, that's where they're going. So you can see what they're doing. They're going into the space stuff, right? So they want to fight. They want to fight Thanos on Earth or wherever and beat him, and then the next group. We'll probably see it at the end of this movie. We'll probably see the
Something's
Eternals.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think because Angelina Jolie is gonna be in the Eternals.
Yep.
They signed her already.
Yeah. So the Eternals they're going to show us the
Yeah.
Eternals.
What I want to ask you, McClay, is
I don't agree with that.
What?
Can they think anybody else besides Angelina?
I like
I
her.
know,
I'm
I
not
know.
gonna lie.
She just looks so terrible right now.
I'm
though.
just saying, like,
You're
like,
just mad because she
so
cut off her
hot.
titties. You've been pissed ever since she cut off her titties. You know she did that.
Don't cry. Don't cry. She
You've
did.
been
I
yeah,
didn't even.
because for cancer, like for health reasons.
But a lot of people think that. She
and ever
just
since that
freaked
happened,
out.
she's been pissed off at Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to ask
He
you,
says, yeah.
just really quick, before Iron Man came out as a Marvel film, did you ever think Iron Man would be such a
Not a
pivotal Because Iron Man wasn't what he is now before.
He
the
wasn't
movies.
as big as he is now.
I mean,
The
he
movies
was, don't
made
get
him
me wrong.
huge.
We're really
but-
talking about not Iron Man. When we're really not talking about Tony Stark. We're talking about Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Did anybody really think that he was going to be like
killed it.
this?
I
Yeah.
think he was perfect because I saw
Fuck
who they were going to have
He is
before, like
perfect.
Tom Cruise. I was like, no. Like,
Yeah.
Robert
that would've
Downey
been
Jr.
horrible.
Everybody they actually casted to me was perfect.
Captain
like,
America, fucking perfect.
Spot
Chris Hemsworth,
on, spot
Thor.
on.
Thor, fucking
Perfect.
perfect. Doctor Strange, perfect.
Everybody.
Ryan Reynolds plays how many super guys?
He was just.
He was the
just
Green
indifferent.
Lantern.
That was
You can't
horrible.
knock them all for that, but
Yeah, DC's fucked. That's all I gotta say.
They are. They
DC
are.
is fucked.
Well, it depends. I think they're fucked, but they can right the ship, and this is how they have to do it. Shazam has got to be decent. I haven't
heard it
seen
was
it.
good.
oh my! I just don't know, man. I've heard it was good.
If it's decent, then
My
they're
son
okay.
saw it. They loved it.
So here's the plan for DC to get out of the hole. Recast obviously Batman. Keep Henry
Wonder
Cavill as Superman.
But I don't know what's up with that. That's so many different.
He
stories.
says he hasn't left, and
I
so
like Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck's a great
I
Batman.
didn't.
He shouldn't have left.
Fuck
He's
Wait,
not as good
wait.
as Christian Bale.
Wait,
but hold
he
on.
left?
Yeah,
Ben Affleck did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
fuck Ben Affleck.
alcohol and shit.
I liked how he altered his voice like that naturally.
And Dunkin' Donuts. Just
So
look up.
who's
Just
the
look up
new
Ben
Batman?
Affleck Dunkin' Donuts on Twitter.
For
Trust
real?
me. Yeah.
they
No
don't.
joke.
Who's
They
the-
haven't cast him yet, so they're recasting.
Who do you guys think would replace all them?
Who? Batman?
Yeah.
I don't know. You might
Can
have to
all
get
you-
somebody
I think
there.
Name
Robert
all the
Pattinson would
Batmans?
be a good Batman.
Who?
Robert Pattinson. He'd be a good Batman.
Let me see.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, he'd be a good Batman, and you'd have to go young again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to go young again, and because they want to do the Justice League, they have a perfect Wonder Woman. They've got
Yeah.
the Aquaman everybody
Aquaman's
loves.
perfect. I don't like Ezra Miller as Flash.
I think the-
I didn't either, but I think that after I saw the movie, that was the only.
But the thing is that I think that movie's on hiatus now. I don't think they're
No.
It's in shambles. I seriously don't.
They just announced that he's going to be directing or he's writing the script with
Who?
Grant Morrison, Ezra Miller.
Wow.
Yeah, him and Grant Morrison are writing the script. And if you guys know who Grant Morrison is like
I was
top
just so
10
attached
greatest
to
comic writers of all time. All time.
Oh, for sure.
Anything that Grant Morrison does, I'll go buy or watch or whatever. He's that fucking good.
Yeah.
So if that stays around, I'm fucking cool with it. And Grant Morrison's he does Flash good too. I mean, he hasn't done long runs.
I just really
but,
like the Flash television series.
But
just-
here's where
yeah,
DC
no.
writes the ship. DC Universe, the streaming, Titans, fucking amazing.
It is. I liked it.
The best,
I need to
by
watch that.
far, the best TV show superhero thing ever.
I'm not gonna disagree with you on that. It was
Fucking
Really?
so good. And I watched it, and the previews came out. I was so against it. I thought it was going to be fucking cheesier than hell.
Like Arrow.
It was good.
Starfire. I was not happy the way that they casted Starfire. Hold on. When they first showed it, right? I was not happy. I didn't like the way they made her look, kind of like she looked like a hooker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, fucking totally changed my mind. She is
Amazing.
the best. Her and
She is bad, like-
Dick are the best fucking casted. She carries the movie, carries
I need
the
a
show.
new show. So this is perfect.
She.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker.
Yeah,
He is the
He
Joker.
is the
You didn't see
Joker.
the trailer
Yeah,
for that?
Yeah.
No, man.
And that's where I was gonna
Where
go
the fuck
next.
have you been? What
The
the
Joker's
fuck
got
planet
to
do you
be
live
dark.
on?
I've been watching the
has to.
podcast.
And then they roll off on that dark shit, and they start doing dark DC.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the only way they can do it. The Suicide Squad has to be dark. Birds of Prey has to be dark. Can't be funny, happy-go-lucky.
Really?
It's got to be dark.
So Shazam is funny. So how are they?
That's perfect.
Are they?
That's why they go dark, because they have the funny stuff in
Are
Aquaman and
they
Shazam.
going to put Aquaman or Shazam? With
Well,
the dark?
Shazam's going to fight The Rock.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
the
why
next
they
one,
have to
okay.
go
And then
dark.
he's going to have to fight Superman.
Because The Rock, Black Adam has to be fucking dark. He can't
Wait,
be
hold on.
funny.
The Rock, like
Black Adam.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to play Black Adam.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh,
Dude.
cool.
The most powerful person in the DC universe, in my opinion,
Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Really?
What's his
Even with-
ability?
Even
He's like
powerful than Superman?
He's like Superman, but he has the ability to bring down thunder and lightning, like Thor. Like he says, like how Shazam goes Shazam, and it brings the lightning bolt. Black Adam can do that too.
But like Superman.
But he's fucking crazy, right? I mean, he's one of my favorite characters in
Do you
comics.
think The Rock can play him?
I think it's a good casting.
The
I
Rock
don't
has
know,
been
though.
getting better to
Yeah.
me at acting. He's
I
gotten a lot
agree.
That
better.
TV show he was in was good.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if that Rock's a good actor or not. He's definitely the most inspirational motherfucker
He
I've
is.
ever seen. If you just
He
follow
is.
his Instagram,
I do.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
that
I like that
motherfucker brings a full gym with him everywhere he goes.
He's dedicated.
and-
He's cool to me. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
he's
bad
cool. I got a
motherfucker.
question though, real quick. It just popped in my head. Wasn't Shaquille O'Neal the first Shazam?
Yes, sir. But he was a
You
Right.
know
the
shit.
Man of Steel.
yeah.
He was the first Shazam.
Yeah. No, but
God
I don't
damn.
think that was Shazam. I think that was
That was Shazam.
I think
Was it Shazam?
Jamie, can you look that up?
Call me by my real name, motherfucker.
I think you might be right. I think it might be right. I think it is Shaq. But it was like a genie. He wasn't a superhero.
That's during his Fushnickens years.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh wait, hold on. It's called.
audio's still going, right?
Yeah, it's called Kazam.
Yes,
Yeah,
Kazam. I thought it was close. Close.
Might as well
Close,
be.
yeah, right?
I really did think it was you.
Me too. I was like, wait a minute, it's something like that.
Kazam.
I think that DC should start doing more TV shit instead of movies.
Well, do you like Gotham?
No, I think
No,
it's
I
terrible.
didn't really watch that.
Fucking terrible, man. And the way that have you seen the Joker on it?
Yeah.
And it looks so fucking stupid. It
Really?
looks so stupid. I didn't bring my phone. It's fucking dumb. He looks like a zombie or a White Walker from Game of Thrones.
Really?
But in
I
the
saw
fucking,
that.
in the purple suit. It looks so fucking stupid.
Who's excited about that today, though? By the way,
Fucking me.
Oh, tonight, isn't it
man,
tonight?
Yeah,
You
6 o'clock.
don't watch Game of Thrones?
Hell,
Okay.
Look, man.
All right.
I binge watched it all in December 2017 because I got tired of my sister talking about it.
Oh my
I
god.
fell in
Good,
love.
right? Fucking good. Fucking good.
Yes.
One of the few fucking things that have gotten me to go read.
Got.
Yeah, it's got me to go
Pretty
read.
much
Got.
I went and fucking read the books
Oh, you
after I
did?
saw the second season. I was like, I gotta go fucking read these books.
You didn't read shit. You listened to the audio. Quit lying.
Well,
Did you
yeah.
read Game of Thrones?
He said, "Well,
But
yeah."
hold on.
know he did.
No, hold on. No, hold
He
on.
read Game of Thrones on the porcelain throne.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Listen, he
maybe.
listened. Listen to it.
So as I was listening to it, I was going along with it on my fucking iPad.
That is the dorkiest.
No,
thing
it's
I've
not.
ever
No,
heard
it's
in my
not.
life.
Here's why.
my
Here's
God.
why.
You read Braille?
It helps me think about it more. If I'm just reading something, I'll fucking read it, but my head
Oh, I
goes
know what
off
you're
in other
saying.
areas. So I like listening to it as I read it.
That's a
because-
great idea, actually.
Yeah.
I do that, and
That's a
I
great
they
idea.
called it ADD. When I would like read, and I would be thinking about something else.
Yes,
and next thing
no,
you know,
no,
I'm like,
everybody
what did
does
I
that.
read?
Everybody does that.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
what
so
did I
too.
read?
But
No,
you don't
everybody does
remember
that.
it. You don't
That's why I
remember
don't
it, yeah.
read. It causes me to not fucking think. I'm kidding.
No, you're good.
No, for sure.
Yeah, so Game of Thrones is tonight, huh?
Mhm.
Yep.
6 o'clock.
Fuck.
So hurry this shit up. No.
That's a wrap.
Yeah.
No. How much time do we have, actually? No one started the timer.
No,
I think
do.
we got like
have-
20 minutes.
I have the timer, motherfucker.
Okay, I think I have more questions. Hang on.
We're 15 minutes into it. Or 45 minutes into it.
I know what question I want to ask you. What was the worst experience you've ever had on set?
Damn.
Oh man.
You don't have to say the project. If you can, that'd be awesome. But
Let me. Actually, I was talking about this the other day. It's not something that happened to me, but I saw like the director was yelling at the cameraman. Now, I didn't really see the shot that happened, but I think the first time he messed up, the director was just like cussed him smooth the fuck out.
damn, is
And
this?
I mean, was rude.
this is
like,
a Phoenix production?
Yeah, was rude and was like went overboard, was like talking shit about him and stuff. And I was just like, so he did it again, and I think he got nervous. And I think it's just because
The
everybody.
camera guy got nervous.
Yeah, I think he
fuck
got nervous
yeah.
because of how this guy acts.
Yeah,
So he messed up again, and he went in on his ass again. And I'm just like,
that doesn't
dude,
work.
don't-
Chad.
Yeah.
Chad, are you like that?
Just kidding.
He's talking about Chad.
Hey, we weren't supposed to say names, okay? Dang.
I just playing.
Not naming names.
But no, my thing is like when I'm on set, I mean, I don't care about how much money you got. I don't care about what you've done.
I think I know who you're talking about. Actually,
I think I talked to you about this.
I think so.
Even
if we didn't talk to me, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it's all about like if you can't treat people like that. I mean, because then they're either gonna fuck up or they're not gonna respect you and they're not gonna do great work.
Yeah. Or you have your assistant director yell at them. You never yell at them.
And I mean, you cussed them out. Let it
Seriously.
be.
The assistant director on like professional sets is the biggest dickhead in the world. And the reason why is because they're doing everything the director doesn't want to do. So they tell the assistant director and they go around being the asshole and shit. So they take I think being an assistant director is a shitty job.
It can be. Yeah.
But anyway.
But it was just crazy because like I said, I like to get on set and I think everybody should respect people. If somebody's doing something wrong, I mean, go tell them, but don't start.
Not in front of a bunch of people.
Don't belittle them and be rude like that. Like, you know, it's out of hand to me. I was like, that's not called for.
There's a difference between like when you don't realize you're doing it, and then because every once in a while,
some people don't know they're an asshole.
Oh, this dude knows he's got to.
Yeah. Some do, man, and they thrive off of it. You know, like.
That's who they are.
They know they can.
Especially making people look smaller in front of a bunch of people.
Well, then what else that does is, so he's belittling the camera guy. You guys are all watching that.
Yeah.
The whole vibe sucked out of the room.
Yep.
How does he expect any acting performance out of that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Positively.
You're right. You take the guy aside and say, "Hey, bro, you fucked this shot up. What you know what I mean?
Like, what's going on? Let's fix it.
Even you can even yell at him. Just do it away from everybody because that really sucks.
But even the first time we yelled at him, he was like, "Okay, yeah, you yelled at him." He did it again. Then he wants to go in, like he went hard, like
he's gonna get it.
His kids was hurting, his grandma was hurting, everybody. Like, damn, man, like why you doing this to him? You know, it's just uncalled for.
Well, then with that same question, what was the best experience? Probably Creed, huh? I know there's different experiences because there's acting and Creed is kind of extra, but like I said, one of the best experiences I had was being an extra on Westworld just because I'm a nerd for behind the scenes shit. I like watching the making of the movie more than the movie most of the time. I spent 2 years of my life every single day watching the director's commentaries, the behind the scenes of every fucking movie known to man. Yeah. So on Westworld, just laying there as a dead body as fucking Jonathan Nolan's fucking giving direction at Harris, you know what I mean? I was like, this is amazing.
The thing about that,
but then there's like acting experiences like Late Fees. Like as an acting experience, Late Fees is probably one of my best because I had the funnest. It was a role I got to go out with, you know what I'm saying? So
that's what I was gonna say that the two different things are because like two things. One was hell of a deal with David Ugarte. I love that dude, man. He's just, you know, I've never been like the set. It was just, if you felt like you were making something with family, you know what I mean? And it was just amazing. And you all worked together hard to make this incredible short film, you know? And then like Late Fees, like just, you know, Chad, it exceeded your expectations, you know, like everything that we did, like it forced us to do, you know, make the ending like it was, and it was fucking amazing. And so when you get done with stuff like that, you're like, damn, this is actually fucking good.
Yeah.
But then you know when I'm on Creed, I mean, whenever you want to do something, like no matter what it is, and you're in that atmosphere and you're watching the professionals at a point in their life where you want to get to, dude, that's priceless. Like I wouldn't even need to get paid for that.
I know exactly. I would have done Westworld for free. I can't believe I got paid for it.
It's like those things are like two separate things to me, you know. And you look at it, you've seen a lot of people, a lot of actors now who were on sets as an extra early in their career, and next thing you know, they made it. So it's just that's how it goes. So you hope that, you know, you follow in that same path, you know. Yep. So
well, it's also sometimes nice that somebody has started from the bottom and gotten to the top because they know what the people at the bottom feel like.
Right.
Like, so if you've done for example, you know, you're working at some place and they just bring in some boss that has never started where you're at, that dude could give two shits about you. But when you start from the bottom, you know what everybody else is going through, so you're going to treat them good, and you know what everybody else has done because you've done it.
Exactly.
Well, that's what's crazy about LA though, is on those sets, like with the crew and everybody, literally it's a mixture of people who drove across country to LA from the bottom and made themselves into something, and someone who was born into it, you know, and they don't have anything to worry about. I've met so many just like assistants and PAs and this and that, and their dad's the director or this and that, you know what I mean? And they'll be on sets the rest of their life, and they're just kind of born into it. So it's kind of a weird mixture, you know what I mean, of people who are already just born into it, and then people who go out of their way to try to get those opportunities. But some people already have those opportunities in front of them, you know what I mean? So many actors was born into families. That's not just actors, there's directors, producers, all that shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
LA's a fucked up place.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Scary thing is that the rest of California, the majority of California already is expensive as shit to live in, but it's getting worse. And so they're pushing all these people together that, you know, can't afford to live in certain areas. So LA is just going to get even more crowded. Yeah. LA's expensive already, don't get me wrong, but compared to like San Francisco and San Diego and they're all getting pushed to the middle. So that place is going to be crazy for a long time.
And that goes back to what we were saying, too, about the Texas Center. Like, I wonder if they don't want it to get, like I said, that congested like that. Is that
it'd be smart. But you know what?
LA's
loving it. Yeah, big time. Massive
I don't know why
revenue.
They block it. It's crazy.
Massive revenue.
It would.
That's why, you know, we should probably look into that and actually see, like, what the reasons they give. I bet you Steve would be somebody good to talk to. Well, no,
there's a few people. There's I forgot what they're called. There's like a group who's trying to actually make those things happen here in Arizona.
Yeah, like a lobbying group.
Yeah, and I met one of the actors on a set, and maybe I can see if she...
Christina?
She's a redhead. I can't remember her fucking name.
Well, there's also...
maybe we get her on.
Matthew Earl Jones is head of the... I think the film industry here. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've met him a couple of times, and he's a... James Earl Jones' brother.
Oh, wow. Oh, shit.
So he's in... Yeah, I met him a couple of times, but I never really had a conversation with him about that, which I should. I mean, I got his card and everything, but he should... I just really want to see what he's doing to try to help with that. Because, I mean...
Yeah.
You know, the Film Commission, that they have to be leading that. And I mean, it's kind of hard to get involved with what they're doing. I've seen the emails, and I've seen them trying to do stuff. And maybe I'm being contradictory, but it's just hard sometimes for me to get involved in that stuff too, even though I should, you know. But
yeah, well, you're in a place right now that you got to hustle,
and,
you know, do what you need to do just to get by, you know. And
it's hard enough being an actor.
Yeah,
and trying to do all that other bullshit.
Yeah. That's why people like that should do it, right? So they have more time to do it. They're
everybody just always thinks that there's other people doing it. So
that's
that's the truth. That's the fucking truth. Shit.
That's why the We Law didn't get passed.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, what does it require? Just signatures?
No, the reason the We Law didn't get passed is because they were trying to pull a fast one on the public. And if I remember correctly, it had to do with they were going to pass it, but they had said that only a certain amount of people could grow it.
I get what you're saying.
Right.
And it was going to really benefit the dispensaries and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say is, that could have passed if all the stoners, because the stoners didn't know about that. Yeah. They were just like, "Oh, weed's gonna be passed." They just didn't go out because all the stoners like, "Oh, they're
somebody's already doing it." Yeah.
So,
well, that's like. But
that could have happened.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it could have. You're right. But here's the other crazy thing: when you talk to some of the growers up in Humboldt County and you know Mendocino and stuff, they don't want weed to become legalized
because of their profits.
Yeah, I mean because they were selling pounds for you know $8,000 a pound. Now they're selling them for $1,500 or less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
fuck
that.
When you're
no, don't fuck them because they're the ones that got us to where we're at.
Just kidding.
So it's just a hard thing. I mean that's a lifestyle change. Everybody's for it until it messes with your pocketbook. Yeah. So we just got to figure out how to do it. And if we tell those people that, hey, you might not be able to sell your product for less, but you can get in on the ground floor and make your product a brand name, and you know make money off other stuff, make money off rolling papers, make money off of
mushrooms,
concentrates, whatever. Just make money. You know, make your shit a brand. That's why everybody's doing that in sports. You know, it's a branding thing. It isn't about anything else than making money. And fuck, man, if you can make money without hurting somebody else, make money.
True doubt.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. We got about 5 minutes, man. Do you have any projects you got coming up and shit, or?
Not right now. I mean, yeah, I gotta talk about that late fees. I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't even lie. I think I can't even lie. It's gonna be amazing. I mean, just what Chad has written for that full feature, bringing out, the characters in more in depth is just, I don't know. I think a lot of people are gonna like it for real.
Yeah.
So just that and working on getting some big stuff in LA. I was talking to my agent today. She said she submitted for stuff, so I'm just waiting for the next call, to see what I got to do next.
So when late fees happens, and when you guys are shooting it, we should try to do like an on-set type podcast or something. And have
I think that'd be
everybody-
cool. Chad, you like
down.
that? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that'd be cool.
Maybe Aaron could be a podcaster. No, I'm just kidding.
Chad, I'll be behind that camera and you can be on this side over here. We'll switch.
No, yeah, we got to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
I'm really stoked for that too. So, but yeah, man. So I really appreciate you coming on, taking the time, man. You're the very first guest on the new Bog Cave. So,
Thanks for having me, man. It's been fun for real.
You could seriously, man. You can come on anytime you want. If you have a project that you want to talk about or promote or something or whatever, man, you can come on here and we'll get you on here ASAP. So
yeah, for sure. I sure will.
Right on. You guys know where the slate's at?
Right here.
Just do a little rap slate. This just helps with me syncing the audio. It's a nightmare editing this shit. All right, man. That's a wrap on the Bogcast episode 11. Sweet, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
Thanks, guys.
Sure, brother.
And then what you just said on the space bar?
Bang!